This is Zero. Zero is a Hudson Force 50 built in 1974. Designed by the famous architect William Garden and built in Taiwan, she is a true blue water sailboat.
She's our home, from north to south, from east to west, on our mission to sail around the world.
Hey guys, it's finally time. I know I'm postponing this video since probably anyway too long. This is the video. This is Zero.
Now guys, we are showing you the boat totally from the bow
To the stern, from port to starboard. As you know, Zero is the cutter rig catch. So we have the head sail, a big genoa. We have the staysail and main and mizzen mast. All our spars are wooden spars. And beginning on the bow, one of the best places on the boat if we are leading into the waves is the bow on front. You're going up and down depending on the waves a couple meters. That's really, it's like being on a carousel or something. You gotta hold tight, but it's a good place to be. Here's our electric windlass, an ideal windlass which helps us on the push of a button to bring in our anchor tackle. We have on the starboard Rockner 33 kilogram, and we carry as main anchor an ultra anchor. It's a stainless steel anchor from Ultramarine West. A great anchor. Everybody who loves the Rockner will definitely love the Ultra.
Over here is our big box-wooden mainmast with the mainsail. It's a really heavy big boom over there, also wooden. On the starboard and the port side we have identical, no not identically, wooden boxes, customized wooden boxes Christian made them.
We have this awesome little dinghy here. Lapstrack style, fiberglass, 9-foot rowing dinghy. It rows like a champ. I try to get some sailing gear for it so we can sail it. At the moment it's here just we don't use it at the moment because we use inflatable, but when we are in anchorage we need two dinghies, toss it over the side and we use it. Of course we have dive equipment here. We carry at the moment just 2 tanks, but that's enough for now. We will upgrade it when we go further south.
As you can see, we have a big solar panel over the pilot house, and on the right and the left side 2 hatches. Now let's go back. Our best friend, the wind generator.
One of the best generators I've ever seen. If you try, you can't hear it. It's spinning, but you can't hear it. I love it. Here in the cockpit we have our helm station, steering wheel, electronics inside here, some communication device here. This was one of the first things I built for the boat. It came different. So we have a big aft cockpit here with an awesome settee, long enough and wide enough to sleep 2 people here. Chill here with a lot of people, having a nice cold beer in after a hot day. And over here is one of the best things I put to the whole boat is the radar arch, holding 2 more panels for solar, holding the davits, holding the anchor, holding the outboard engine. It's such a multifunctional tool that I have no idea how you can live without it. Just recently put this new safe tailings on here. So for the genoa, the winches, everything else is handled by ropes. All the sheets come into the cockpit, but the halyards and the reef for the mainsail and all the halyards for genoa and staysail are on the mast. So we have to go to the foredeck to reef the main, but we can control the sails from here. The cockpit is actually very safe. The solid tube rail over here, I replaced it. This was all wire. I replaced it with 1-inch tubing. It's very strong and it's actually above my balance point. So here in the cockpit, even in rough weather, you can have something to hold on with the radar arch over here. Now we have the shrouds over here. So because the cockpit is a little lower, it's one step low, this makes it a really safe place during sailing.
Over here is our swinging inflatable dinghy with a few holes inside. And not to forget, our mizzen. At the moment totally covered in the sun sail because it's too hot when you're in the sun all the time. On both sides we have big fishing rods. We are trying to use it every time we're sailing to catch a fish. And if this works over here, we can cut our fish. Hold on. This is what I'm talking about.
And if we did a good job with this one, we use this one. This is our nice propane outside barbecue. Makes good fish.
And when the shit hits the fan, we have a good old compass over here to steer by ourselves. And a bell.
But that's enough from above. Let's go below. Good night. Who's there? Okay, come in. So this is our pilot house, which is pretty much the place where we spend most of the time, except when it's too hot, then we are outside. Like here in Mexico, it's super warm. But we have a nice steady over here, and believe it or not, you can fit at least 3 or 4 shopping carts in here for storage. So underneath the settee and behind it's all storage for all our food. And yeah, we have some other storage over there for cups and plates and stuff. Here's the galley with our nice stove, fridge over here, lots of storage for utensils and stuff, trash over here.
It's really nice when you're cooking over here because you have all the windows, you can look outside, and a new feature, we got some hatches over here, so when you're cooking you get a nice fresh airflow. We have another over there.
I completely forgot the nav station. It's over here with computer plotting and some instruments with connected to our BNG head unit outside and VHF and all the other crap over here. And this is our main living room. I really like it because it's so light here. It's so bright from all the windows, and you can, even if you sit in here, you don't feel like sitting somewhere inside. Like most of the boats have these tiny hulls and it's tiny windows. It's not on this boat. And down here is a salon, which is another nice living area. We can sit here, chill here, if you want to have time for yourself. You can just grab a book here and sneak in here. It's usually way cooler in here with this nice butterfly hatch. Gives you good ventilation. And chill down here. Of course, lots of tools. We are still doing some work on the boat.
We have a big freezer over here. Unfortunately it doesn't work, but in the future we will store tons of fish inside. And yeah, a lot of documentation, storage room, and an oven. And this is actually in a nice place for friends too, because we have some instruments here, an ukulele over there and a guitar, and we can jam a little bit, so it's really nice.
This is actually convertible to a bed, another double bed for guests. It's actually quite big. So we have the aft cabin, our cabin, and this, so we can sleep very comfortable 6. You can convert the settee in the pilot house as well. That would be 8, but it's not really necessary. Over here is the library with lots of technical books about sailing, about things, you know, electronics on board, and world cruising guides, and of course Jimmy Cornell and some other stuff. And we put these fruit hammocks over here to provision with fresh fruits. We can actually rig 4 hammocks over here when we go on ocean crossings or longer passages. We can store a lot of fruit and other veggies and stuff. The little rum compartment. Oh, it's empty. My new favorite drink, port wine. But we have to fill it up pretty soon. Okay, let's come to the captain quarters.
So now we're in the bedroom. This is our big bed with a lot of space here, and especially for Mexico, really important. A big net against mosquitoes. Some vents have 2 for our heads and 1 big one in the corner over there, so you have nice breeze, but we don't sleep inside at the moment. It's too hot.
And my personal fetish is this fake bear fur. I love it. I had it in my car when I was cruising around on a van. I had it and I love it. I had to put it in here. Our hat. The forward hat over here with the shower, washing basin.
In here we have another locker for some storage. We put all our wetsuits and snorkeling, diving stuff inside. After that we have a locker for the anchor chain, which is outside now.
And there is actually a toilet. It used to be here, but I didn't like it, so I put it in here. It's hidden. It's more, I mean, it's a second toilet. We don't really use that a lot. We only use it when we have guests on the boat. Let's go aft. I heard people saying on a boat you need to exercise your legs when you sail around the world. Most sailors said, you know, you have to do some special training for your legs, which I think is more a relic out of the 70s when everybody was sailing around in a boat with 30 feet. We walk so much here, our legs are not a problem at all. But on a smaller boat, different story.
Now let's check out the aft cabin. Come inside, take a look.
Here's our spacious guest cabin with an on-seat hat, big bed over here, little settee over here, and I think I'd go and take a nap. Can't the captain take a nap without getting disturbed or what? Oh, this is a big bed. We had a couple people on board here already. Nobody complained about lack of space over here. It's very nice. There's some lockers over there. There's of course plenty storage underneath the bed. But this is mostly paint and some bottom paint and brushes and solvents and epoxy. This is all down underneath here.
Here on the other side on the cabin is nice seating, which makes the cabin extremely big, and you have a lot of air and a nice hatch over you.
But honestly, usually it looks different here. as it is with space you don't really need at the moment, it tends to end up as a storage, and usually it looks like this. But there's a nice on-suit head over here.
Hey, I was first here!
Oops.
No quiet place here.
So now that it's free, it's a nice toilet over here. Everything is run electric, so you don't have to pump or anything. You just press a couple buttons, which is kind of nice. And we can switch between freshwater flushing and saltwater flushing. So if we're somewhere on a passage, we want to conserve some water, we flush it with salt water, which gets smelly after some time. It's just the bacteria in the salt water. But when you switch it to fresh water, it's all fine. So, nice little mirror over here to check your style. And yeah, that's it. So guys, I know with all the questions you sent me about the technical details of the boat, there is actually a lot, and I'm willing to tell you about it, but I will do it in a separate video about solar, about wind generators, about the electronics here on board, and batteries, and all the thing. Next video. Thank you. It's just me and my boat. It's just me.